Ruben, what can you take away from like your playing days and stuff like that to help this team be successful?
Well, first of all, just being able to have the right attitude, which is very important. Having played the nose tackle position, it makes you pretty humble. But I want to make sure I convey to them that they have to have a great work ethic and make sure that they're giving their best effort in whatever they do. Effort is really the most important thing, and along with attitude and going out and competing at a high level on each and every play. They never know when one play could make the difference. So that's what I try to convey to our players.
How much is your well, hang on.
Okay, go for it.
All right, how much is it, like, you think about being in a Super Bowl, having a career like that and doing all those things, you translate that into coaching. Can you see where that actually helps guys? I mean, do they listen harder? I mean, are they more focused and stuff like that because you've been where they're trying to go?
I think so. I think having played the game brings credibility to myself as a coach, especially with the defensive line. When we work on fundamentals and techniques, they're very attentive. They practice with a lot of energy and a lot of enthusiasm, and I think they absorb a great deal of what I'm trying to say to them, especially from the mental aspect of the game and giving an insight.
Don't you think it gives you a little bit of an edge as a coach to have been in those situations? Because I know it's different when you're actually on the field, but when you're trying to give that to a young man, a situation that he's in, and you've been there before, it's just, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I guess I'm trying to say the same thing I just asked you, that it just gives you more credibility. Like you've been there, you've been there in all those situations, and then they can't turn around and tell you, but coach, this, and that.
Well, I've been there from the ground up. I didn't just start playing professional football. I had to play in high school, to be able to earn a scholarship, become a student athlete on the collegiate level, and move on to the University of Miami. The one thing I try to convey to our football players, to our team, and to the defensive line unit is they want to be able to put their name in stone. They want to be able to do something special while they're here. They want to be able to live the moment. I think a lot of the young players try to look past, the college and look to the next level, but live for each and every moment that you have here. Each and every game has to be special, and you have to be able to go out and compete on each and every play.
Now, what about the toughness that Rocky Long instilled in these guys? As far as the defense was kind of like the cornerstone here, and those guys, we were talking to Kendall, he said in this defense we get to pull our ears back and just go, because with the other one they did have different assignments where they were thinking, and maybe you were a little tentative on the play. Are you seeing that they're able to pull their ears back and go?
Well, there is a transition from a three-man front to a four-down, and what it does, it places more demands now on the four-man front. But I like the group we're working with. I like Kendall Briscoe and DeAndre Davis and Jamar Latchison and those players. They have attributes and abilities that I think are going to complement our defense. In the 3-4 scheme, they had to slant a lot, and they weren't getting vertically up the field to go after the quarterback. If you look at the year statistically, with sacks, you didn't see a whole lot of defensive linemen with sacks and hits and pressures on the quarterback. That'll be our responsibility now. So the expectations and the demands are a lot greater on our unit.
And Gardner, the big guy, I know when they said he came in and he was kind of took spring by storm. How you like how he's doing?
I like Peter Gardner. Certainly I like his size. Anytime you've got size 6'5" and close to 300 pounds, it gives you exactly what you want, body type to be able to play in the 4-3 scheme. He came in at first, he was a little bit out of shape. He's had a great summer. Working in the weight program and getting out and running in the altitude and all those things that really helped his conditioning level. We expect a lot of great things out of Peter Gardner, and especially the inside tackles with himself and Kendall Briscoe.
Do you get, just being this close to Denver, do you get back, or, I know you've been busy, but like all your old contacts and stuff like that, people know you're here and have been trying to get back with you?
Well, I've maintained a lot of those relationships, and I've had a lot of the old players, the guys that I played with the Orange Crush, give me a call and wish me good luck and say that they'll make that 6-hour trip to come down here and get a chance to watch us play. I would love for our players to be around those caliber of players, along with getting my son, Andre Carter, to come over here and maybe make a stop, when he's not playing with the Redskins.
Right. Right. And what is that like, having your son, playing professional football right now, and you guys kind of just like kept it in the family? Are you a proud dad to see that?
I'm very proud. I'm proud of Andre because when he initially started playing in 10th grade, he made a commitment to it, and I made sure he did. He started working out 9 months prior to stepping on the football field to make sure that he wanted to do it. But he stayed with it and was able to earn a scholarship, went on to Cal Berkeley and played and graduated and ended up being a first-round pick in 2001. So I'm really proud of his accomplishments and even more so his character. He's established himself as a top-notch player, but also a man of great character who's going to work hard on each and every play.
Dad is leading by example.
I try to anyway. You try to convey those things, but kids have to want to do it themselves. And you can coach them and talk to them till you're blue in the face, but if they're not willing to go out and commit to it and really feel it inside their heart, then it will make it very difficult. But I feel good about our football team, and I know that with this year coming up, the expectations are high, and no one expects us to be able to do as well as we think we can do and we're capable of doing, and that's what it's all about. It's about us as a team going out and believing in ourselves.
One last question from me. I don't know, Doug might have something for you. Just give us one of your NFL memories, something that sticks out in your head that's just, you always hear all these old stories, something that sticks out in your head that you always think about.
Well, one of the things I remember is certainly Super Bowl, playing over against Dallas and New Orleans, but I can remember that year that our middle linebacker, Randy Gradishar, who I played with for 12 years, we were on the goal line, and we're getting ready for a goal line play, and it's third down, and it's on the 1-yard line, and we're getting ready to get set for the play, and I see Randy come up from behind me, and he reaches down off the ground, and he picks up something, and he puts it into his pants pocket with his pants, and we go ahead, he goes back, gets in position, and we're right there, and we stuff him on that play to stop him from getting in on the goal line. We're playing San Diego. And we found out later on that what he came to pick up was a quarter that he saw on the field. He saw a quarter. He came to pick that up and put it in his pocket. I would hate to think we lose the game on the goal line because of a quarter. But that was one moment I remember the most.
Oh, man. Hey, Rubin, I got a couple questions for you real quick.
Sure.
Rubin, how do you think players have changed over the years since your day?
Yeah, well, the players are exposed to so much more. Certainly it starts out with media, with TV, and all the exposures that they get now, and so that changes a great deal. Recruiting aspect has changed a great deal because they're exposed to more and have more opportunities. I think that they're more conscious of in their decision making, where they want to be, where they want to go, and all of those things. But sports itself has been sensationalized a great deal, especially with ESPN and all the media that we get. So I think that there's a little bit of change there. I think as far as the work habits and the things that it takes to be able to be successful, I think that players really do still concentrate on trying to maintain that in their lives.
Do you feel like you played the game, very, very good at playing the game, now you're coaching it? Do you feel like you've come full circle?
I think so. I think I really have. I never thought about coaching early when I was a player. Towards the end, I think it just became natural when I was there with Dan Reeves in Denver and getting a chance to pass on information to Rulon Jones and Greg Cragen and Carl Mecklenburg and all those players to be able to help elevate their game, knowing that I was getting ready to retire. So it was just something natural for me, and I think Dan saw that and created an opportunity where I got my first chance to be able to coach with the Broncos. So it's being able to give something back, and not just from the aspect of athletically with the fundamentals and techniques of being able to play the game, but also some knowledge and some wisdom as to what it takes in order to live life and have the great life skills and be a good person.